Alrighty, finally down to some defo. Been a little bit of a busy week. I've also been just resting up for the most part from work and stuff. Long days this time around. But we're finally around to some defo. I was like dealing with some computer issues too, and that basically just kind of discouraged me from really trying to make any YouTube videos for the most part. And I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's not going anywhere. Oh god, why are we so slow? Do they always take an extra turn? I guess they just grant themselves buffs and stuff. Wow, this seems messed up. They just started like that? Hold up. Maybe I have speed passives off or something. I don't think so. That seemed kind of messed up. Does that always happen? Hold on, let's see. Wow, what is going on with the turn order here? First they started ahead of us. Yeah, because now they're just gonna kill us. What is happening here? Hold up, can we live or can we dodge something? Nope, not even close. What is happening with this turn order? Hello? Are we really that slow? I could have swore Sephiroth and Ace were fairly fast. We're at least fast enough to dodge this, right? We are at the very last hour of the Crystal Quest reset, by the way, so that's why we're doing it like this. Finally! Okay. Jesus, I might keep that edit in just to show you guys what exactly happened there. Was not prepared for any of this. Oh god, HP damage and stuff. Should I have brought a Dispel Call? I probably should have. I'm going to apply this. Because, damage resist stuff, huh? I have half a mind to just go into, his BT effect. You know what, I think I will. I'm just gonna go ahead and break these guys. I don't want them killing me. And I think that damage resist is coming from either one of their buffs or just their general auras. I remember these bosses being fairly tanky from when they did drop. So it might just be their general auras. Let's see. Fervent Blow. Luckily, Sephiroth Brave Games quite a bit in between his attacks, so not having to deal with anything here. Yeah, we do have to break them in order to. Okay, there you go. See, all we needed was a turn that actually made sense. So here we're just gonna potion pass, get some bravery up real quick, and we don't have to actually worry that much about them hitting their force time, just because we can actually cancel it with Ace. Because we need to do a magic FR and they need to break while we do it. And while we have Sephiroth and Iris on the team, they're just gonna break naturally because of our BT effects, so I'm not too concerned about it. Let's see, who do we have on as we have Aerith? We can't just apply Seal Evil just to prevent any more buffs from them. Man, I'm wondering, maybe Yellow Crystal would be buff here just so we could steal those buffs with Balthier. Just give it to the party, 10 turns. That would be pretty strong, actually. Whatever. Well, I'm gonna keep the first few errors of this part in, just because I wanted to see. Or as long as we beat it, if we don't beat it, well, you guys won't even know what happened, Lamau. Now to Ace's turn. I think with Ace, we just go ahead and BT effect up. And then try and get our LD going. And luckily, we were just gonna be constantly breaking because of Sephiroth's BT. And we'll try and get Iris's up when we get an opportunity to do so. Yeah, let's go, our boy Ace. And we did bring a Rydia Call just so we could give ourselves a level buff. Like Ace and Sephiroth already have one, but Iris doesn't, so that's gonna help her fulfill Sephiroth's conditions because we're gonna go for Sephiroth FR. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and break these guys. And we should be just staying ahead of them throughout the majority of the fight, so we're not that worried. And here we're going to go ahead and actually press LD. Just because, it's one of those things where I want to make sure all of our buffs are on. Aha, and now we're getting really fast. This is good. This is what we want to see. And I think for now we're just going to focus on AoE attacks, so we're constantly breaking and re-breaking. And I think, oh god, I do have Raijin on. Yeah, so that did 0 HP damage to us, so that's good. And I do want to bring up Sephiroth, just so we can get his EX going. But I think before we do that, we're just going to go ahead and press Eclipse. And this is basically just going to let us reduce their max bravery even more, despite Sephiroth already setting them to 1. Yeah, because you see they're taking like no damage. And this max brave should be set to 1, or 0 actually, Lamau. And that's perfect with us. So here we're just going to go ahead and kill some turns just so we can get this BT effect as low as we can get it. We're doing this just so we can get the constant re-breaks. So even if we do a single target attack, they will be breaking. And here we want to apply Rydia Call. Because this is just going to give a level buff on Iris. And that's what we want. We're not at our force time just yet. So we're just going to go ahead and do some AoE. Damn, Iris is so far behind it. Yeah, we're doing no damage, and that's because of this force time. But luckily, there's a lot of Brave gaming on this team, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. Here, Think Phase. Man, we're actually going to run up our EX buff soon. Unfortunately, it didn't actually come up. Wow. Iris's turn just refuses to come up, huh? Alright, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, Sephiroth's probably going to burn through his BT effect fairly soon. Which is kind of unfortunate. But it's not like the end of the world because Iris's BT effect is still up. And that's really what all that matters. And actually, did we need to wait for Iris? No, I think we could have gone Sephiroth there. Sephiroth FR? What was I waiting for? Honest to God, guys? I don't freaking know. I think I could have gone Sephiroth into Ace. And just to cancel with Ace's FR. I'm not sure what the hell I was thinking. So what I'm going to do then, I don't believe her FR allows us to turn manipulate. But I do believe her EX does, and that's up. So we're going to use EX just to move Ace up front. I guess it's like late and I'm tired. Then it's been like maybe a week since I've played DFFOO. You know, I haven't been on the grind or anything like that. I've been a little busy. But we don't have to be that good at DFFOO to, you know. Actually, I don't think her thing does actually terminate manipulate. So we're gonna move a Ace up ahead in the turn order. Yeah, because our damage is still getting hampered. Oh, I don't believe. Right, I think while their FR time is up, our buffs actually don't apply. Because I'm looking at our buff count, and there's some buffs missing. So there's definitely some nonsense going on right here now, like with the buffs not applying. Because I just noticed Iris also doesn't have the level buff, so I don't know what exactly was causing that. And I've noticed Sephiroth's EX buff is not there, so that's fairly interesting. But it should be that big a deal. Because now that our damage is back and we got some BT effects going on in the background, Sephiroth's BT effect is going to fall off here, just because, you know, it is 8 turns still, but it's not like we got to optimize the maximum of it or anything like that. So here, I'm just going to press this. Big AoE damage. Yeah, 11 million? Yeah, no problem. This is a very scuffed run. But it should be enough to actually get us through. It should be enough to see us through. Here I'm actually going to... We only have 1 turn left of Suzaku's jump card, so we're actually just going to go ahead and refresh that. Actually, I think that also comes from his EX, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there definitely was something up with this force time and the... what's the word I'm looking for? And the buff duration we got, because our buffs were definitely not applying there. And if there wasn't, well, Lamau is above. But I don't think so. I think I just don't read. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I'm not used to reading. And then we should have our traps going off here. Grants buffs. I guess they do try and buff themselves throughout, but they have the Aerith call on, the Seal Evil, so we are not dealing with that evil. Lamau. Cancel buffs. And on Ace's turn, we should be getting, okay, now we have our black materia. Unfortunately, that fell off the first time around. And on Ace, we'll just go ahead and go into FR into big-ass, actually, I think I should summon. Because I think, Brothers actually, or I think on the summon, it actually ignores defense when you go into, your first attack of it. I think that was like something we found with the Edgar fight when he came around. And that helped like a lot of teams actually get through it. And I'm wondering if it actually boosts our damage when we get our BT follow-up, because Ace's BT effect is about to expire. And that's gonna, you know, give that big ass, hey, we're here, Lamau. Hopefully my computer stays live, because fucking hell, man, it's been giving me so many issues. It just discouraged me from making any DFFOO content lately. You know, I'll be uploading, I'll be rendering a video, and then it'll just fucking shut down, and all that progress is lost, and I just don't feel like going through it again. You know, only so much headache I could deal with it in one day. I think they're breaking out of order now. What's up with that? Oh, they aren't. That was weird. Here we'll just Octo Slash because big number. And I'm hoping when I actually do get my new PC, because I am getting a fairly higher end build. Just for, I don't want to say future proof, because technically there's no such thing as future proofing. It's forward facing. That's what you're supposed to be saying. Blah blah blah. And I think we're already out of echoes for Iris. Oh no, we're not! I guess we just go ahead and bait some ass then. Because we have 5 turns left with 800%. A little bit of a scuffed run. But you know what, it is like the last hour of the day, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. DFFOO shenanigans. So right now I'm kind of just praying that everything works, because I did have my brother over, and we're just you know, going through our PC, just making sure we're going through all the troubleshooting steps again, reseating the GPU, checking if everything's plugged in, all that good stuff. Because I did a lot of the software side already, and that should be fine. But now we're just worried about hardware. I think that's actually what's going on. So let's see. I do believe. Oh, let's just Octo Slash. Lots of damage, 24 million single target. These toads are pretty chunky though. They are pretty chunky. And if we could get Iris to copy Sephiroth's damage again, that would be awesome. And here I think we just LD. Yeah, always the last 2 turns of the summon always fixes it. Not sure why that's a thing, but it's a thing. We didn't even go into BT phase, I don't think. I think the only BT aura up left is Iris, yeah. And I think with Sephiroth, we're just going to LD because that does the highest AoE damage. And then we'll have Iris copy it. Because I do believe that's how that works. I could be hella wrong, because I feel like I'm always wrong on Iris's copying damage ability. Actually, I wonder how that works when Ace triggers his BT effect. Does she copy that as well? Or does that, like, a whole different effect? Well, anyway. This should be the last of the fight. Yeah. That copied everything we needed it to copy. And this should be the frogs down. And luckily we didn't, like, re-roll it, because our free re-rolls, they're finally over. It's finally over. I don't remember if this is single target. I don't think it is. Yeah, and that's the end of the fight. A little bit of a scuffed run, but I am going to keep the restarts in just because, just so that you guys could see there was some fuckery going around, and there's definitely me not reading the boss's abilities because I had no idea what happened to our buffs. I have to deal with the rest of the reprises tonight too because I've missed like maybe two of them, and I think Reno's banner just came out today, so whatever. I'll get that done in a bit. Take it easy, boys. Oh, actually, let's go to the crystal room real quick, just so I could update you guys. Okay, so at the green chamber, I don't think I uploaded these runs because they were fairly similar. Like, I do believe it was just the same fight done twice. Like, it was Pain's fight, and I literally just used Ace, Dorgon, and Rem for both of them. And basically, what we ended up doing was we finished U2, and we have U1 passive. You see, these are all cleared up. And we actually went to the right here, and we got U6. So we do have U2, or U1, U2, and U6 completed. And now that we have 700 crystals left, what I'm going to do is our next passive is the ever so favorite D3. And that's going to take us a little bit because, you know, we don't have any paths going towards it. So we're just going to go ahead and, does this give attack? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's better we just go to the left here because there's an attack node. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're just gonna go like that. And our next time around, we should have enough to increase this, but we're gonna wait for next week on that. All right, boys, that's the update on the crystal room. Take it easy.